So be it. We haven't a moment to spare.
Truthfully, the only thing that did damage to me was the aerial attacks that hit the regions of the ground that are highlighted. The enemies themselves, I don't think, really hurt me, so I just might not need the shield or healing. Here we go. Here we go. This is, I mean, the music and the animation for this fight are great. Set up for it, the story. I mean, this is showing you what lengths the Fatui will go to accomplish their agenda, and how formidable of foes they really are. Can you imagine trying to fight all 11 Harbingers at once? It'd be a disaster. If they were transformed into that, if they can all do what Child can do.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista.
All right.
Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
I won't.
With me. Let's go help too.
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you. One wishes to witness.
No time to lose.
All right. Let's see. Make sure there's no baddies. Here they come.
Let's move. Yeah. Shouldn't let your guard down.
Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
Okay. Let's just make sure there's none coming in and stop. Here they come.
Speed of light. Fine, fine, go!
Get him, Klee. Break this guy.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it.
Oh, okay.
Be careful not to get hit.
Be careful not to get hit. All right, let's pay attention. Oh. Well, I got hit. I thought they highlighted the ground. Maybe I just missed that. Okay.
The Fatui! Their attacks are
Here they come.
unrelenting.
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Whoa, I'm not doing any damage. What?
There are so many Fatui too. We can't look.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Why am I not hurting them?
Here, take this.
All right, there we go.
Full energy.
That was odd.
That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian cars.
I guess I had to wait for her to give me the power before I could affect them.
Shockwave. This green is really strong. With sword comes shadow. Speed of light.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Oh my gosh. It's already taken a bunch of damage.
This isn't good.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil.
Oh no. I'm already taking a lot of damage here. It's scary.
Fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Okay. She's like, I did this. All right, let me get my buffs on. And then let me eat a little bit of food for Child. And then let's get back to this.
So this is what Gunny's like in a fight.
Okay.
My name means swiftness.
All right.
Take
So
my
let's dodge
power
it.
and run as
Let's
I
dodge
do.
it.
We're going too fast!
We're not going too fast. It'd be great if the movement speed was like this all the time. This is my kind of speed. Okay. Here they come. Shooting it.
Child, you are strong in body and
Okay.
spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
Well, I'm gonna need to.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Oh no.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Sayonara special! I'm a rock! Incoming!
No, stop it. Oh man. Uh-oh.
Cut to the chase!
Tidal wave.
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak!
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Come on, Clee, get him.
Look at me. Just...
Get him. Oh no. They're over here again.
Blazing delight!
Riptide. You're
I gotta just go fast. I gotta go so fast right here. I can't risk anything happening.
Yeah, look at you! Boom down! Boing, boing, boom! La la la! Hey! Cut to the chase!
Come on, get him. Which one is 26? This one over here, but they're not there at least.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades. Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Okay. Uh-oh. I'm looking out for him. You better not sneak in. Ooh, do we make it? Oof, that was tough.
The interlopers are
Intense.
no more. Now we may commit ourselves.
Now we
fully.
did it. We did it this time. Let's watch the fun as the ballista start firing off. Ooh. The Triforce. Look at that beam. Yes. Take that. Imprisoned for 2,000 years, only to wake up and get blasted.
We just need to keep this up!
Keep it up. Oh, Ningguang, what do you see? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's doing its own Triforce. Oh no. Liwa. The Jade Chamber. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got swooped up by the Adepti. Oh, Zhao saved us.
Careful now.
Thank you.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What's that?
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
Oh, her
What is the meaning
dream.
of this?
Her entire dream. She saved up so
Traveler,
much to
lend
build
me
it.
a hand.
All right,
Farewell, old friend.
here
Bye for now.
we go.
Let us meet again in the future.
Whoa. we're just dropping a city on it. I mean, a chamber on it. Man, look at that explosion. And Liyue is safe. Look. The beautiful harbor town survives. Wow. Epic. Man, everybody came together to pull out the stops on that one.
Is it finally over?
Nuke the dragon. Easy peasy.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade.
That's true, Pipe Dream. It did not lure Rex Lapis out at all.
The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time.
Oh, so it's imprisoned again.
It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
Oh, so not
We are
destroyed,
indebted to you for
just
your assistance.
imprisoned again.
If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Whoa, why
Come
did you
now.
come?
There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer.
Yeah, Cloud
I've
Retainer.
heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber.
That's right.
At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Yeah, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations.
Yes, a little bit.
Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
What are the wishes?
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago.
Okay.
Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Okay.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
Wow.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
Here it comes.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until
She just
the
wants to be
moment
part
I
of the
awoke.
contract.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same side here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Well, I'm trying to say that when there's discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learned in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity.
As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
I'm not laughing. Alright? There's no one laughing here. But we all needed to work together. You Adepti need to come down from your high horse here.
All right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
Yeah.
I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
Yeah, Madam Ping.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
Okay.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith.
Okay.
I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti.
They
I
do.
thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be.
Yeah, they were flying around
Although
saving us.
I am a mere mortal soldier. I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Wow, very nice.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Yeah, that's right.
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
It was serious.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there.
See?
When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty.
Exactly.
Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Why is that?
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter.
Yeah, we can do some
Although
stuff on
their
our
blood
own.
is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
They've listened to what the people have said.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition.
Well, why don't you
Fair
hang
enough.
out more often then?
Away we shall, and return whence we came.
We're just trying to get a seat at the table here.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising
You're right,
will not
Ganyu
simply
is half
exploit
Adeptus.
their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
The Adepti were quite reasonable in the end. I mean, sort of, for them.
Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing.
What's that?
Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up.
And
Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
we do. We do. Boom.
I'm
We did it.
Get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptilus rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor.
Exactly. Let's go to the funeral parlor and ask for our buddy. Yeah, Ganyu is half Adeptus. She's got like those horns, right? I don't know what that means. It means she's a different species, or she's like half human, half something else? Perhaps I will find out. Alright, and we just head over here. To the old funeral parlor. Yeah, exactly, Zhongli. That's what I have some things to say. I mean, Ningguang said she saw Rex Lapis in the dream, so I don't know if that implies that Rex Lapis is dead and only can communicate through dreams, or if that's not the case. And then I do want to find out what Zhongli knows about the whole business of preparing all of these complex funeral rites when a funeral might not actually need to be performed. It was curious, now that you think about it, that the body, quote, disappeared, you know, that they removed it and we haven't seen it, and on and on and on. So I'm looking forward to the rest of these details. Give me 1 second, everybody. Bio break. Okay, everybody. I am back. And here we go. Let's go ahead and pick up these achievements. Yeah, it's a funny way. From back gaming in the early 2000s, that's what everybody would say. Bio break, you know, like I gotta take a break from the raid or whatever because I got biology calls. All right, and let's see. How we doing on... Oh yeah, we got some primos here. We can pull on this for sure. Oh, we're gonna get a 4-star. That's good. Oh, this means we get a constellation for Sucrose. That's cool. I've been excited about Sucrose. I don't know if I have the right team necessarily. Like, I could make a team to build her up, but this is nice. I'll take it. I will take it. So we can go into characters and pump it up. And we'll go over to Sucrose. Here she is. And we can Constellation. So this gives her astable anemo hypostasis creation 6,308 gains 1 additional charge. That seems pretty good. Cool. I love how her constellation is a potion. That makes perfect sense for the scientist, the chemist. Yeah, it looks really good. Getting another charge of something is always a big boost. At least it generally is in this game. All right, awesome. Let's go over here then and talk to our good friend, Zhongli, who's hiding by his funeral parlor. Or maybe not.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
Why not? What happened?
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're
Wow,
here?
this lady's outfit is awesome.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble.
Fluffy, I gotta say, I've never tried that wine, my friend. Or do I catch the reference?
We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Let's go. Let's make sure. Oh, it's Zhongli's voice line.
At the Northland Bank. He didn't tell me either.
He's so mysterious. I'd love to have Zhongli. I don't like showing my face in this bank after I stole a large portion of its money, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And what is Zhongli doing in the bank anyway? He doesn't have any money, does he? Yeah, it's true. I am Chao. It's cool. It's all okay.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Oh.
Don't take it to heart, child.
Whoa.
Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that.
Okay, so it's the Senora again, and you guys were right that I didn't realize there were any tensions between Child and the Senora, but maybe it's just because he feels like he got played and she did something without his consent.
Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
That's right.
It's Zhongli and Child. And you're also one of the Harbingers?
Senora?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name.
Hey, Anastasia, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. I've been streaming for about an hour. I was just doing some Liyue Archon questing and defended Liyue Harbor, but now we've got Senora and Child and Harbinger action to deal with. Oh, we remember your name. It's not so often that you see a woman with such a fancy and asymmetrical eye patch.
Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
I still have time to take it back.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements.
Yeah, she did turn her into
our
Ice
last
Cube.
battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle.
Okay, come on.
So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
I have to say that Child is definitely, you know, still very confident with himself, considering that we beat him in a fight and his attempt to resurrect the dead Archon to destroy Liyue Harbor was thwarted by, you know, our participation as well. Like, he doesn't seem to be beaten ever.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally.
I don't know about that.
I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you.
Okay.
The real
I hold it
deceivers
against
here
you.
are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Oh, you got mooncakes for dinner, Anastasia? That sounds awesome. I need some mooncakes. So Senora and Zhongli were working together? What do you mean?
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here.
Whoa.
You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Oh my gosh. Zhongli had the Gnosis and he's gonna turn it over?
What in the world are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Uh-oh. There it is. Looks like a chess piece.
How sanctimonious.
So, Zhongli is actually Rex Lapis? Is that... Wait a minute. That's what's going on?
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
Yeah.
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
And why did you fake your death?
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
He was organizing his own funeral.
Perhaps it's best that I explain.
Yeah, explain.
As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue, together with the Adepti.
Okay.
Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death. and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
So, he wants to retire, Einery? He does, doesn't he? Hello, by the way. And it's interesting to think that he's doing this just to see if we're ready to defend ourselves without his presence so he can retire. So were you satisfied with the finale? Yeah, 6,000 years is a long time.
Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed
Hey,
to have
Raven
lost
Clan,
its
hello,
meaning.
how's it going?
That's
Good to see
right.
you.
Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
Okay.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too.
Okay.
Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people.
That's true.
Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child.
Boy, it's really interesting. I mean, it explains why Zhongli knows nothing or cares nothing about money. It's a 6,000-year-old god, you know. But it's so complicated because the Archons are all aligned together, right, to protect the world. So the Cryo Archon's emissary would be friendly, potentially, with the Geo Archon, perhaps, but I don't know what's going on like that high up, you know. And it also doesn't, I don't know what's going on if you have Archon who are stepping down and being replaced by others, you know, a transition of power. What's going on there?
This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, Traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Raven, that seems to be a large theme of this game, is the ascension of the power level of the mortals and, you know, the waning relevance of the Adepti and maybe even the Archons themselves. We'll see, but, you know, big events are going to need everyone, all hands on deck, including the Archons, probably.
I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
It's true. I mean, but it's more like they want equal footing with the Adepti, but he doesn't like it.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary.
Yeah, they are old.
I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
So, it's interesting to think, like, okay, the next story quests are going to give some answers. Yeah, because, you know, I'm thinking, like, all right, so if, you know, the Anemo Archon and the Geo Archon are stepping down, they're old, and there's a transition of power, it makes sense on the one hand that Zhongli wants to see if the humans can take care of themselves, and he's like satisfied with that. But he does understand, right, that if he disappears, that another Archon will emerge to take its place among the seven, correct? And it's going to be one of the Archon that lost in the Archon War? Am I understanding the story correctly? Or can there be new Archons that emerge? And I like your explanation that all the Archons, they're not necessarily allied. They're just like a stalemate of political and geopolitical power, but that could run over and borders could change. But then the other thing is, where does the cube lady from the very beginning of the game who kidnapped my twin sister and banished me to this realm, like how does she factor into it? I don't understand that either. That's true. That money, that gold in the mint, just gonna keep taking care of everything. Mora takes care of all problems here.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least
The
bit of
mint's
remorse
not
for
going to work
deceiving
anymore
me?
now
You
that
practically kept me in the dark.
Zhongli's gone?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything.
Yeah, nice performance.
If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and
Oh,
God,
without his gnosis, he
the lump
loses
of
his
coal
power? He
resting
can't just
in
make the
hands
Mora?
of the Geo Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
And that's what I was going to ask. Like, what is the gnosis? It's just the core of the Archon's power? And what does that signify, then, that Zhongli has given his gnosis to the Cryo Archon, effectively? That the Cryo Archon is going to take over for the Geo area and just subsume it? Oh, I see.
Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
You really embarrassed yourself this time. We were both equally fooled.
Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
You didn't seem to care about that when you were unleashing an ancient god.
I have no use for such idle chatter.
We don't know much about the gnosis?
We should
Okay.
return to Zappolyarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Okay, so...
I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Yeah, I'm not getting on your boat.
Do as you wish.
I want my own boat.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
I'd like to know what the Cryo Archon offered you.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a gnosis.
Exactly.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it.
Okay.
My agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts.
Okay.
As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Oh, mysterious. Thanks a lot, Rex Lapis Zhongli. Well, I guess I just have to leave the bank. After the dust settles... Oh, it just kind of skipped ahead.
Today's the day of the rite of parting.
Oh.
Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Yeah, you're right. We gotta go there. So, it is a rite of parting. I mean, it's not that Rex Lapis is dead. It's like a retirement party.